Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's just wait for some time so that more people can come in and then we can start the session. Okay. So, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this live session. I hope you all are doing well. So, in our recent sessions, we have had the opportunity to meet experts who provided valuable insights into the process of laser hair reduction, helped us bust some various myths, and presented the facts. We learned how this innovative technology can effortlessly remove unwanted hair, save us from the pains of regular waxing sessions. So, while our previous sessions were undoubtedly informative and enlightening, there are certain questions about how beneficial is laser hair reduction and is it better than the other hair removal methods. So, today we are delighted to welcome back Dr. Nayantara and Dr. Afrin, who will help us clearing all the doubts. Dr. Nayantara has completed her fellowship in medical cosmetology with 3 years of experience, and Dr. Afrin, on the other hand, has completed her fellowship in medical cosmetology and has 4 years of experience. Before we start the live session, I would just like to announce a very special news. So, whosoever has to comment, wants to comment, just use hashtag UC Laser Lounge and you will get a chance to win 10% off on laser hair reduction from Urban Company. And also, there is a link pinned in the comment section, which you can definitely check out in case you want to know more about laser hair reduction. So, to start with, Dr. Nayantara, if you could help us understand about, what is laser hair reduction and how does it work?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Shpangi. Hi, everyone. So, laser hair reduction is a very simple and pain-free procedure. So, in laser, what happens? In layman terms, I'll explain. Laser is nothing. It's a simple beam of light, concentrated beam of light, which is absorbed by the pigment in our hair, the color, the pigment in our hair, and this light energy is converted into heat energy, which actually burns the tube-shaped sacs, the hair follicles, or we also call as hair roots. And due to this burning of hair roots, the growth gets delayed or it gets inhibited. So this is what laser is about.
That's great. Dr. Nandara, if you could help us understand, like, how does it work in the sense, like, you know, basically help us understand, how it burns the sacks and everything. If you could go a little more in detail and if you could explain more
See,
so that our
so
audience.
yeah, sure, definitely. So the laser is a very safe procedure. So as I told, the light gets converted into heat energy, but that is absorbed by the pigment itself. So that pigment is present in our hair roots and even on our hair. So the tube-shaped sacs that gets burned, and that is why the hair stops coming. The hair growth stops coming. It gets inhibited. So it's a long-term hair reduction procedure, and it is painless because our urban company has an latest technology, which is the diode laser of triple wavelength and with cool tip technology. So cool tip technology is basically the probe has chill tip, so it has ice cool chill tip, and with that the skin gets numb. And plus, after the shots again we do the cooling. That is why the skin gets, if there's any kind of redness due to heat, it gets curved. So it's a very
That,
easy and comfortable procedure.
that sounds actually great. That's painless, and the way you explained us, I'm sure all our audience are very, very excited to know about it a little more. My next question is to Dr. Afri. So, Dr. Afri, so there are many people, who are confused if laser hair reduction will work on their skin or not. They have different skin types. Everyone, someone has oily skin, someone has skin sensitive skin. So, if you could help us understand on what skin type exactly, does laser hair reduction work and is effective?
Okay. Hi everyone. See, first thing, we don't have to get confused about laser will work or not work. Laser is going to work in all type of skin. It will only depend on the melanin, as Dr. Nantara was telling, right? So laser is majorly concerned about the melanin, be it in your skin, be it in your hairs. So the best type of skin, what I'll say, it is a whitish skin or the not that very dark skin where the melanin pigments are less and the color of the hair are dark. So basically, how it would be, the skin tone will be lighter and the color of the tone will be the darker, the best result we can deliver in that sort of a case. But it's not that if you have a darker skin, or we Indian, basically I'll talk about, we Indian have a wheatish skin, we are not very dark, we are not very light, we are in somewhere in a gray zone, right? So in that gray zone when I talk about, so right now we can do everything with the laser. There is a hair reduction, we don't have to get confused, result I got definitely. And in urban company, as Dr. Nantara was telling, we have the high end machines, that's an FDA approved machine. So we have basically customized a machine in that way that will suit our Indian skin type. So don't worry about which skin type you have. Just have a doctor consultation with the urban company. Show your skin. We are there to help you out, and then we can just tackle it out. कि कितने number of session आपको लगेंगे, how we have to go forward with it. We'll just plan accordingly and we'll proceed.
That's actually very wonderful that people get in touch with dermatologists. So if any one of you from the audience wants to visit, wants to know more, please go on the link which is pinned in the comment box, and you can check out and read out more about the laser hair reduction at Urban Company. And I think let's take up a couple of audience questions. I'm sure audience have already started including their questions. So just take a couple of them, and then we can go back to discussing laser hair reduction as we were. Meanwhile, I'll also request audience to use hashtag UC Laser Lounge, and you can get a chance to avail 10% off on any laser hair reduction service from Urban Company. Okay, so Savita has asked how many laser hair reduction sessions are typically required to achieve the desired results. So, Dr. Nayantara, if you could help us answer this question.
Sure. Hi, Savita. So, laser hair reduction do needs multiple sessions. So, you can say it's a type of course which you need to do. So, it also depends on your well-being, like on your other issues like hormonal imbalance or so. But if you are fit and you do not have any hormonal issues like PCOD, PCOS, irregular menstrual cycle, so then usually it takes 6 to 8 sessions to achieve more than 90% hair reduction. And if you have PCOS or PCOD, then also you get beautiful results. But yeah, you need some more sessions, additional 2 to 3 sessions more. But this is the like minimum hair sessions required.
So, ladies, I don't think you need to worry if you have PCOS or PCOD. Laser will definitely work on you. So, I think you should just go ahead and book yourself that session. So I think let's just take one more question and then we can just jump back to the discussion. Suma has asked, how effective is laser hair reduction technology? So Dr. Afrin, of course, we have discussed this in the initial part, but if you could just help us highlight this a little more.
Hi Soma. See, laser hair reduction is very effective when you'll compare to the other traditional method, which is like lifelong thing. You don't get the result out of it every month or in 2 months or 3 months maximum. You'll have to any which ways take the cycle, right? So better to switch down to the laser hair reduction where you will have to invest a year time, but after a year time you'll be sorted at least. Then you'll just switching down to a maintenance session like in a year once you are taking, and depending on your growth also there can be a possibility you might be not requiring any more session, or there can be a possibility in a year or 6 months depending on your growth, your hormonal cycle, however it is. And then so it is very effective procedure to go forward with it instead of going for the traditional method what we usually do.
Yeah, I think Dr. Afrin, while you were explaining this, I was also thinking, for waxing or any other method, we often take the pain of going to salons or, calling someone home after every month. So I think laser in that case sounds definitely much lesser sessions, and I think
Right,
very good.
because that's a vicious cycle, I can say. It's a
Yeah,
never ending process. You will go to the salon, you'll do the waxing, very next month or within 15 days, you'll start getting
yeah,
the growth back. Again,
yeah.
in a month, you'll have to go, then again, the same thing. And you are investing a lot amount of money also there. What I can say, every month you are investing something. Laser is
Hmm.
something in a year you are investing, but after a year, you don't have to worry about investment, your
Hmm.
time. Many things are saved basically.
Yes, yes, definitely. So I think that answers Suma's question. So if just my next question is to Dr. Nayantara. So Dr. Nayantara, we have definitely now understood what is laser hair reduction and how it works. So my next question to you is, in fact, this is what our live session is also mainly about. What are the benefits of laser hair reduction? If you could just help us understand how is it better than the other hair removal methods and what are the benefits?
Benefits of laser hair reduction over the other conventional methods.
Hmm.
So, see, first, any method doesn't give you long term hair reduction. So this is the basic advantage, major advantage. Apart from it, you can obviously, as Dr. Afrin said, it's a lifelong thing, and it's a long term solution. Plus, it's low maintenance. Then you don't have any side effects. Like with waxing, some people waxing doesn't suit to some people, so they have bumps after the waxing. So
Hmm.
minimal side effects. It is quick, and it also targets ingrown hair problem. Many females, they are not like, they get bumps, razor bumps, they get bumps after the waxing.
Hmm.
So people tend to have a tendency of ingrown hair, which is also called as
Hmm.
strawberry legs or by different other names. So this is addressed by laser. No other thing can address it. So it targets the ingrown hair. Apart from it, I think the most advantage thing with the urban company is now it is available at your own convenience, at your own home, with the expert doctor support. So I think there's no I would say no cons to not to opt for.
Definitely, definitely, Dr. Nayantara. I think years back, no one could even think of this, that, laser hair reduction could be availed at the comfort of
I,
home.
yes, definitely, and it's affordable too. If we
Yes.
talk about the like previous decade, it was not affordable to everyone.
Yes, yes. So
The
that's a
urban
great thing.
company has made affordable because it has put the sessions into single body parts, which normally we do not get, with single session provision also. So it's a great thing. Those females, because see, females, they tend to have hormonal turmoils, and then they get the excessive hair growth. And all female cannot put a lot of money at one
Hmm.
go. But with urban company, it is catering to everyone, every each and every class.
Hmm.
So I think it's a boon for them.
Yeah, that's actually great news, that such technologies keep coming and, keep saving our lives, in fact. So, Dr. Afreen, while Dr. Nandara, of course, compared it to methods like waxing and razor, so there are other methods also. I've seen some women using epilator and some other different kind of methods. So, do you think laser is better than that also, and how? If yes, then how it?
See, any day laser is better than any other traditional method what we do, right? Nowadays in the market, as you were telling me about epilator. See, epilator is just an advanced form of a waxing only. In waxing, what we used to do, we used to just put a wax and then we used to pull out. So what does that pulling out means? You're removing the roots of your hair. Apart from that, you're doing nothing. In epilator also, it's the same thing. It's a tweezer with a rotating machine. So
Hmm.
tweezer ही है बस वो pull out कर रहा है root से. It's just an advanced
Hmm.
form of a waxing, what I can say. So see, in waxing, threading, epilating, in all this procedure, what we are doing, we are just removing the roots. We are not catering the follicle inside. Follicle का मतलब क्या होता है? This is a sac. From this sac, this the hair is coming back. I'm not destroying the sac only. I'm just removing the roots. Removing the root is not the solution. You'll have to destroy that sac so that उसकी जो generating capacity है वही बंद हो जाए. You're not catering that capacity. You are just removing what is there. Laser is what laser is doing. It's not concern about the removing of the root. It's concern about that destroying that generating factor only. So
Hmm.
basically that's the thing, and that's why laser is any day a better option than going forward with that. And when you'll talk about financial aspect also, like, it is a single time investment. You are investing only to a 6 months to a year time. I do agree कि at one go in a year people do think, oh, it's an expensive thing or something, but just imagine you are doing it for lifelong thing. Every year you are investing a huge amount of money in waxing and all that stuff. So why do you want to invest such a huge amount? Just invest a lesser amount. An urban company, as Dr. Nantara was telling, it is such an affordable thing now. Every woman, every class of a woman can imagine about going for a laser. Initially, when we were in our teens and all, laser used to be like a rocket science. We used to think, okay, laser hai, that means we have to drill out a pocket for getting the laser done, right? Everybody can relate to that. Laser was such a big science, but nowadays, like when you'll see the urban company, it's such a cheap, like, it is very affordable. It's just going to a restaurant and coming back in a single day. You can just that amount you can invest into a laser thing, and you'll be sorted for your life. So I guess it is a better option.
So that actually sounds good. And Dr. Afreen, I've heard, a lot of people are also offering things like EMI. which actually helps you to sort of divide the cost that you will be spending on your
True.
particular laser hair session. So I think that actually works in the favor.
Even in a EMI option, when we talk about in a urban company, also we have a no cost EMI option. So you
Okay.
can divide that into 3 months or a 6 months. So you don't have to pay anything extra. You can just pay the amount which you selected for. So, like you have selected 10,000, you can divide the 10,000 in 6 months, and then you can just pay like a pocket money you're paying that way. So, it's a small amount which you'll have to pay. So, even urban company is providing with you a no cost EMI. So, they are not charging any interest with you. So, you just have to, like,
Okay.
we have tried our level best ki wherever the comfort zone a CX, a patient can get benefit out of it.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. That's actually a very good news, because a lot of people want to get laser hair reduction done, but they are just wondering how will we pay certain expenses, how will we divide. So this actually aids that kind of like group of people. So amazing news again. So I think let's take a couple of audience questions again. And meanwhile, of course, as you guys know that there is a link pinned in the comment section. So if you want to know more about laser hair reduction, because by now we have spoken about it a lot, so please definitely go. Feel free to visit that link, and you can get to know more about laser hair reduction at Urban Company. So Divya Joshi has asked, is there any chance that hair reduction affect our hormonal balance? So Dr. Nayantara, if you could help us answer this question.
Sure. So, hi Divya. Thank you for the question. So, if we talk about hair reduction, the relation of hair reduction and the hormonal balance relation. So, it doesn't have any relation. So, people do get hair reduction, those who have hormonal imbalance issue, but laser doesn't have anything to do with the upfront of the hormones. Why? Because as I told in the starting, the laser targets, it's a light, it targets the melanin pigment in our hair. It's not doing anything beyond that. So that is why. And secondly, the machines which the company is using, it is of highly standard US FDA approved with triple wavelength technology, with chill tip. So it is very safe. And as I said, it doesn't have any relation with the hormonal balance. So you can always get laser done if you have any hormonal balance, but it will not affect your hormones at all because it doesn't have any role to play. Rather, it will help you out if you have any hormonal imbalance, because with hormonal imbalance females do get excessive hair, especially in their chin and upper neck area, which makes aesthetically displeasing. So laser helps that with that and brings your confidence up.
So that's a great news. I think for Divya, that you don't have to be worried about your hormonal balance. In fact, you should be happy that it sort of will not disturb any of your hormones and any cycle, and in fact will give you amazing results. I think let's have one more question, and then we can just move back to our discussion. Okay, that's a very interesting question actually. Shalini Srivastav has asked, is it safe for 11 years old girl? Dr. Afrin, what do you think? Can an 11-year-old go for the laser hair reduction?
I would not suggest for 11-year-old girl because see she is just at her puberty right now. She's entering her puberty stage. I don't want like she's a very old child right away, and I don't think so she might get like 100% growth also at that point of time, because
Hmm.
after achieving our puberty like 15 16 we get that hormonal issues, then we get started getting the hairs on our body. So I would suggest let's wait for 16 years minimum till the time your puberty stage at least lowers down, and then we can just switch down to the laser and all that stuff. So just wait till 16 years and then proceed with the procedure for the girl.
Okay, okay. I think that's quite helpful. I think Shalini, that answers your question. I can see a lot of you people are not using hashtag UC Laser Lounge. If you use the hashtag correctly, then you will get a 10% off on any of the laser hair reduction service at Urban Company. So please do use the hashtag and get the discount. So my next question to Dr. Nayantara, I think this is something that we have already discussed, that people who are women who face PCOD or other hormonal issues, laser hair reduction is absolutely safe for them. But I think there is a sub question to this, that people think that laser will not be effective for them, even though it will work. Like you can do laser for PCOD suffering girls, but it will not be effective. So is that true? In case effective, then how many sessions are required? Is it more? Is it less for them?
Sure. So if we talk about, yeah, it is safe as we talked earlier. And but it is effective or not, it is effective, but as I had told earlier, it needs time. We need more sessions, a person needs to keep patience. And secondly, intrinsically also, if a person is having hormonal imbalance, that imbalance should also be catered at the same point. They shouldn't avoid it. Supposedly a person is having hormonal issues such as PCOD or PCOS, and they're not doing anything for it, so that won't help much, because intrinsically you'll get new hair. We'll target, supposedly she has 100 hair over here, we have targeted, we have reduced them, but the body is producing the new ones. So that is why it should be under control, it should be under maintenance. So people do get results if they go to their physician and they get it under maintenance, and then they take the sessions, so they get beautiful results. But yeah, the sessions are like 3 to 4 sessions extra are required. For example, a person who doesn't have any hormonal imbalance, they require 6 to 8 sessions for any particular body part. But for any person who is having hormonal, it will go up to 10 to 12 sessions. But the results will be there. We are able to deliver roughly 90% results.
So I
So I
think just a few more sessions, but you will definitely see that smooth skin, no more
yes,
ingrown hair that you receive after getting waxing done. So I
sure.
think that's a great news. So the next question, Dr. Afreen, is that we were discussing some time back that how cheap, how affordable basically laser hair reduction has become these days. And you were telling how urban companies also offering some EMI options with no interest and everything. So can you help us understand how much a session is costed for at laser, like at urban company, and do you have packages or something like that?
See, first thing I want to tell is like urban company, when I was talking about it, is much affordable. The best part apart from affordable is like if we have divided the body parts, like whatever the concerned body part you have, you can go for that body particular part only. Like example, you are only concerned about your underarms, so you can just select underarms. If you are only concerned about your upper lips or chin or upper neck area, you can just go for that particular body part. Like an example I can give you, when we talk about an underarms only, that's the smallest, that's not the smallest part I can say, but that's the cheapest in the oven company, because that's a major concern of every woman. Like they just want their underarm should be clean, because nobody wants that hairy armpits when they wear the sleeveless or they go out, right? So let's just discuss about the amount of their underarms only. So when I talk about the underarm session, the trial session amount is 1,000 rupees. I don't think so. Nothing can be lesser than this. 1,000 rupees for both of your underarms is like a blessing, we can say, right? And when you're taking all together a 6 session pack, so that is around 5,000 rupees, 5,099 approximately. And on that, you can be like you have the validity of 2 years. Supposedly, you're going out somewhere. Still, you in a duration of a 2 year, you can complete the session. Plus 6 session you are getting, and maximum result we say that we can deliver in 6 to 8 session. Like when you were talking about the package part, just tell me, Shubhangi, ki when you are planning for your full body wax, including every body part, how much do you pay to a parlor? More or less like 5 to 8 thousand rupees. I
Yes,
in a
yes.
better, not a very high end parlor I'm talking about, a normal parlor I'm talking about, a normal salon I'm talking about. 5 to 8 thousand we give.
Aram
When I
say, I think this is
say
the minimum.
this is the minimum amount we're paying, right? When
Mhm.
I say about laser hair reduction full body, that to 8 body parts, which will include your all maximum every body part I'm talking about, your front, your back, your hands, your legs, your armpit, your bikini, your buttocks, your face, सारे आ गए. Tell me any part if I'm left out with, right? Every body part I'm talking about. If you are planning that also, that is around 50,000 approximately, not even 50,000. That's 49,599 approximately. If you'll divide that session into six, that amount into 6 session, that will be around 8,000 to 9,000 per session. So equivalent amount you're paying here also, and you're getting laser for your complete body. So there are different like somebody don't want 8 body part, there's a 5 body part amount. Somebody don't want their 5 body or 8 body parts, they just want hands and legs, there's a different package for that. They are only concerned about their bikini or armpits, so there's a laser essential we have, then an intimate care we have. So different kind of packages according to the person to person, they can just go back on the app, They can just check the amount. They can have the no cost EMI, as I was telling you. Jo 8,000 I was talking about, if you are dividing your maximum amount session, I'm talking, that's 50,000. 8 to 9,000 अगर आप उसको divide भी कर ले तो monthly you are paying. Next 6 months में you are sorted with the amount also, and you're getting the session also throughout your life. जो
Yeah.
रिजल्ट आएगा 6 सेशन के बाद, obviously you will be requiring, I'm not saying 6 session will be more than enough. There can be an add-on of 2 or 3 session depending on your hormonal issues, like Dr. Nayantara was telling, depending on the case you are. So there are doctors who are sitting, they'll just sit back and decide whatever the number of sessions you require and all that. But still, it is much more convenient and cheaper when you'll just think economically. You'll just have to take a calcium and divide and tell me. It's not expensive at all.
No, actually, Dr. Afrin, I think the way you have explained is really good. I mean, I am actually amazed at how cheap, how affordable laser hair reduction has become. And once you get it done, and then you're free for your lifetime, and maybe a couple of maintenance hair are there, but mostly you are at least free from your regular waxing sessions. So that's a good news, I feel, Dr. Afrin, for everyone out there. So I think since Dr. Afrin was explaining a little bit more about Urban Company's laser hair reduction packages, so there is a link pinned in the comment box. You can definitely check it out, and you can book your sessions right now, or you can just have a look at what are the options available, and I think it will help you answer a lot of questions as well. So now I think let's take a couple of more audience questions, because I can see so many questions are pouring in. So let's just quickly take a couple of them, and then we can go back to our basic discussion that we were doing. So Lavi Gupta is asking, is it natural to experience patchy skin after laser hair removal? Dr. Nayantara, if you could help us answer this.
Sure. Thank you, Lavi. Thank you for the question. But I would say it's a myth that people get a different kind of skin tone after laser hair reduction. So what happens? Supposedly, you can consider myself as an example. Supposedly, I'm having upper lips hair growth, and when we have a hair growth, there's obviously a greenish or a blackish hue which is present when we have the hair. But when we get the hair removed, then this hue is also removed, so the skin gets uniform rather than patchy. It's get single tone uniform. So it's a complete myth that yes, laser doesn't cause any patchiness, any skin discoloration, not at all.
Oh, that's actually wonderful. I mean, a lot of people experience pigmented, pigmented areas somewhere
Yes,
on their body. So I think that's actually very, very helpful.
yes.
Next question is from Rashmi. So, Dr. Afrin, if you could help us answer this. The question is there any chance of hair growing back after taking laser hair reduction treatment? I'm assuming she's asking about when once the laser hair reduction treatment is complete, is there any chance of hair growing back?
Yeah. Hi Rashmi, your question I will completely agreed. Like, okay, when you're asking, it's about like, do you require more number of sessions once you're done with all the sessions and you got the desired result? After that, can like you will be requiring more number of sessions, right? So in that case, it's laser hair reduction. First thing which we should understand, it's a reduction thing. Reduction का मतलब ये होता है 80 to 90% आपको hairs आ रहा है. For example, a particular area was having a 10 hairs. Out of that 10 hairs, 7 to 8 hairs will go permanently. They are not going to come back, but there can be a possibility 1 or 2 hairs will come back, will pop out. For that instant, we always say, once you have completed with your all the laser services, you got the desired result, you will be requiring a maintenance session, and eventually with time that session also will come down to like reducing way. Like in a 6 months you were taking a maintenance session, then after some time you will be requiring in a year a maintenance session, that way. So, because why this is razor hair reduction, we women's have a hormonal turmoils in our body, right? So at every point of time we have some or other hormones which is prominent in our body. So depending on that hormonal issues or intrinsic factor, there can be a bounce back of a hair, but not 100% it is going to come. 10 to 20% which will come, that will be catered in the maintenance session.
I think that actually helps answer Rashmi's question. So I can see a lot of audience, you're not using the right hashtag. Please use the hashtag UC Laser Lounge. And in fact, it can help you get a chance to win 10% off on laser hair reduction service from Open Company. So I think that's a very, very good offer. So if someone is interested in getting it done, so please use the hashtag correctly. So I think now moving back to our discussion. So Dr. Nentara, I wanted to ask you, like, you mentioned that Urban Company provides laser hair reduction at home. So if you
Yes.
can take us through, what is the process like? Because I'm sure a lot of people out there are interested in knowing. So if you could explain.
So the procedure is very simple. Process is very simple. First of all, I would recommend everyone to get the consultation done from the experts, the doctors, because it's available. And after the consultation is done, the doctor will ask what the like consultation looks like. So it's a very simple consultation. The doctor will dig in and ask what's the skin type of the patient, what's the hair type, and according to the questions, if there's any hormonal imbalance, any health condition. So after we do the consultation, we will give the parameters, send the parameters to the professional, to the trained estheticians actually. So in Urban Company, we always have estheticians who have more than 5 to 10 years of experience. Plus, they are Urban Company trained also. So we also provide them training. So we send the parameters to our professionals who are trained, and then according to your own convenience, you can go on the application of the Urban Company, whatever body part you want to choose, how many sessions you want to go for example, depending on your pocket. Otherwise, you should always go for 6 to 8 sessions, because that will eventually, these much sessions will be required. So there is no point of thinking, okay, let's put 3 sessions and then we will see the result and then we will go for another thing, because you will be comparing results, it will be unbiased. So that is why. So go for 6 to 8 sessions directly if monetary is not the issue. If it is there, then keep in mind that you would have to go for it eventually. Once you have put the booking for whichever body part you're looking, you can book the slot, you can book the timing according to you. And then the booking is created, the professional will call them, they will ask the pre care, the doctor will call them just to inform them the pre-care things as in pre-care is like you haven't reduced your hair growth, you haven't taken your hair growth before a week or 10 days, the hair growth is there, you haven't done any recent salon activities, you are not applying any steroidal or medicated creams which have retinol. So the doctor does the pre-check and the professional also does the pre-check just to make sure that everything is in place. After that, the professional goes to their home, they put their setup, they take the portable machine, the advanced machine, the USFDA approved machine, and then she will clean the area, mark the area. Why marking is very important? Because we don't want any hair to be left. For example, it's an underarm, so the area is marked so that she doesn't leave uh, any hair strand, because obviously nobody wants that, and also so that any area which doesn't have hair doesn't get shoot. So the marking is done. After the marking, she will clean the area. She will use a razor, remove the hair apart from the surface, because if we shoot on those hair, the hair will stick to the skin surface. Plus the energy which we need for the hair roots, the energy will get divided. So after the cleaning, the laser shots will be put, cooling will be done, pre-cooling, post-cooling, everything will be settled down. Then she will give the post-care instruction. She will apply an ointment if required. She will apply a good moisturizer with a sunblock, and you're done. So, and obviously, it is backed by the experts. So, the doctor will also call to know the feedback, to know if anything is required. Even a patient wants to talk, they can always talk to their assigned doctor at any given point of time during the session, after, before the session, after the session. So, I think this is a good thing. So it's everything is under the supervision of a doctor. Plus, you have the access to talk to them. I think it's a very beautiful thing. The process is very easy. You're getting it at your home, convenience of your home. Hygiene is of utmost important these days. After COVID, hygiene has become a very integral part of our lives. And the urban company uses everything disposable, which normally in clinics we don't find out. So it's a very easy process according to your own time, even odd times. For example, you can get a service done at roughly 8 o'clock in the morning. You can get it done in the late night, 7:30 also. So that's also like a major flexibility. So
No,
I,
actually, Dr. Nayantara, that sounds very, very good. I mean, a lot of people are suffering, like a lot of women, they want to go for laser hair reduction, but appointments are not available at their nearby clinics or wherever they want to go. So they have to wait for so long, and especially for working women, they are not free on the weekdays. Weekends are usually cluttered, and there's such big queues at these offline clinics. So I think it's
Yeah,
better that urban
because
companies giving the service at home.
yeah. Because women, working women especially, get a 1 week off or maximum 2 week off, and they have their own plans. But this can be planned on the weekdays also. So that's a good thing, and plus the traveling time is also gone. So I
Yeah.
think it's an advantage.
Yes, and especially in cities like Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, where traffic is such a concern. So, Dr. Afreen, my next question is, of course, Dr. Nendara help us understand the process and how doctor is also available. So, Dr. Afreen, if you can help us clear out for the people who are watching the live session, um, how does exactly the consultation with doctor work? Like, does the doctor get in touch with you by herself or himself, or does a person has to you know book a service for that also? How does it work?
See, doctor consultation in urban company is very easy. Like you don't have to book a session for taking a doctor consultation. If you have a doubt in your mind, like what should I do? Should I go with the laser? How it is going to work? How many number of session are required? Like any sort of doubt you have regarding the laser service, still you can book a doctor consultation. So you don't have to book a session and then only a doctor consultation will be provided to you, and it's in a minimum amount of like around 49 approximately. That's it, a doctor consultation would be placed for you, and then you can just place according to your convenience. आप अपने कन्वीनियंस पे कभी भी आप प्लेस कर दो, देर विल बी असाइन डॉक्टर, शी विल बी कॉलिंग यू exactly at that time, or hardly 1 or 2 minutes here and there it can be, but exactly at the same time the doctor will connect with you. Whatever doubt you have in your mind, she'll just clarify, and according to that you can take a call. You'll have to proceed with the laser or not, or doctor will tell you you are eligible candidate for not. Like suppose you have some medical issues like a pregnancy or something, a doctor will tell you to please don't go, and you can decide further like okay, after a year I can go with it. So every doubt will be cleared in your doctor consultation, but for that you'll have to book a consultation. So feel free to get in touch with us. Urban Company ke app pe you can just go back and check. There's an option of doctor consultation. Just book a consultation, clear your doubts, and switch to the laser. That's what I can say.
So I think whosoever audience, if you want to check out what it looks like, definitely please go to the pin link in the comment section and you can have a look at the laser hair reduction category on the Urban Company app and get your doubts answered. I'm sure Dr. Afrin and Dr. Nayantara has been, they both have been helping us a lot in answering the questions. But still, in case you have any doubt, you want to check it out yourself, please feel free. And of course, I've told you that if you use hashtag UC Laser Lounge, you will get an amazing offer of 10% off. Top 5 lucky winners will get a chance to win that. So please keep sending your comments. I'll just take a couple of comments right now, questions from audiences, and then we can just go back to the discussion. So Priyanka is asking, okay, she has used the hashtag, so that's great. I think more and more people should use the hashtag. So she's asking, is it all for all skin type? I mean, I think she's asking, is laser for all the skin types? I think in the very beginning we, of course, answered this question, but I think we can, of course, help her out again because I think she must have joined in late. So Dr. Nandara, if you could help us answer this.
Sure. Yeah. Hi, Priyanka. Thank you for your question. So, as Dr. Afreen told earlier, so any skin type can get it done. But if you have any doubt, you should always take the consultation of the doctor, because in the consultation we will check the skin type, we will check the hair type, and so on. And if we talk about all skin type, yes. But if you have a like, the laser works on the pigment which our hair has, the color. So if you are very dark skin tone, then I would say take the consultation. You can get the session done. It is suitable to all skin types, but the parameters, the energy is different. So there's no problem in getting the sessions done, but you should have a consultation. That's all.
And with Urban Company, I think it's even more easier how you guys explained that there is an option to speak to dermatologists. So I think let's take one more question and then we can go back to the discussion. Okay, I think Mala has also used the hashtag, so I'm really happy people are actually using the hashtag. Dr. Afreen, if you can help us answer this. So she's asking, laser treatment is safe or can we get any side effects?
Hi Mala, laser treatment is definitely one of the safest procedure to go forward with it. When we talk about side effects, there's no major side effects. I'll tell you. Like in urban company, we have treated more than 1,000 cases so far, and we have hardly seen people are complaining about the side effect. So don't worry about it. And in case if you feel like any side effect, like any rashes or redness, you can get in touch with us. We can provide you with the prescription, and according to that, we can tackle it off and move forward with it. So don't worry, it is one of the safest procedure with, we can say, almost negligible amount of side effects. That's what I can say.
I think that helps Mala answer the question. So I think let's discuss a couple of things more before we wrap up the session for today, and then we will be taking some more audience questions. So audience, you can just keep sending us your questions in the comment box. So Dr. Nayantara, how we were discussing, sometime back, which one is better, laser hair reduction at home or at clinic? So what would you say now?
So first of all, it's a personal choice, but I can just tell the benefits which a person can have at home. So whenever we are taking ready to take sessions, what is the like first and foremost thing it comes in our mind? One is the doctor's report, another is the machine used. So in urban company, if we talk about the urban company is using the latest technology machine, which is the diode triple wavelength machine, which is US FDA approved. So safety standards are met. Apart from it, it is having cool tip technology, so it becomes painless. Secondly, the service is done. How's the service done? Whether it's in clinic or at home. So in clinic, I don't know. I cannot comment upon that. But in urban company, when the service is done at home, it is done by our trained and experienced aestheticians, the professional who do all these services under the supervision of a doctor, because we are sending the parameters. They are not doing anything on their own. And last, I think very important point is, we always tell as a post care instruction, try to avoid direct sunlight, because you have got the laser done already, the skin is little red, little like heat is there. So in this case, when you're at home, you're not exposed to directly sun, so you're at home, and so post care is reduced. And the convenience is another boon. You don't get such convenience in clinics. You have to go, you have to take the appointment, you have to travel, then you do have some waiting time. But over here you can get it at any time, early morning, late night, whatever time suits you, so you're getting it at your own convenience. And I don't see any reason for not opting it. So I think it is better if you can take it at home. There's nothing like that.
Yes, I think there are multiple perks if we think about now. So it's definitely better to take the laser hair reduction service at home, at the comfort of home, in fact, at your preferred time. So, Dr. Afreen, my next question to you is that, are there any specific things, suppose someone is going for laser hair reduction for the very first time? Are there any things that the person should keep in mind before going for laser hair reduction?
See, there's no major thing which you should keep in your mind, but the thing which I was talking previously also regarding the medical condition. So that are the few things which we should keep in our mind, and for that you need to connect with the doctor, because every person will be having some or different sort of a skin, some allergic issues, some skin problems, or some hormonal problems, or anything like that. Every person is different, right? So according to the person, that is why I was explaining doctor consultation is necessary, so that all your doubts are cleared. You should know you're eligible and the right candidate for that. For that purpose, you need to talk to an expert for this. So I would suggest, before going for a session, better talk to your doctor, at least get a clarity on that, and then go forward with the session. There's no major rocket science that you'll have to think, okay, this is a laser, I'll have to think about twice and go. There's nothing like that. So just feel free to get in touch and tell your problems, get the clarity, and get the session done. Don't worry about it.
So I think if someone's very inquisitive or someone wants to book a like doctor consultation, dermatologist consultation, as we call from urban companies, so you can just directly go on the link which is pinned in the comment section, and it will take you to the laser hair reduction page of urban company. So I think we are approaching the end of the session. So let's just take a couple of more audience questions. and then we can, of course, wrap it up. So, Dr. Nayantara, if you could help us answer Nehu's question. Okay, so that's a very interesting one. She's asking how long does it take for the hair follicle to get destroyed? I think she has been listening the live session quite, you know, with so much attention. She remembers the exact terms also. So, Dr. Nayantara, what do you think about this question?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Nehu. I think this is a very good question. Thank you for the question. So, how long it takes? So I told earlier we need multiple sessions, but I'll tell you the scientific reason behind it. Why do we not get hair reduction in just single session? Because our hair has a cycle. Like a plant, I always compare it with a plant because we see it in our daily life. As a plant grows and then stays and then sheds, similarly our hair has three stages. One is the growth stage, then is the resting stage, and last one is the shedding stage. So it's a has a cycle. And if you talk about the laser hair reduction procedure, the technology, the laser targets the melanin pigment, and this causes the inhibits of the burns the hair follicle and causes delays. But if you talk the percentage, we are only able to target 10 to 15% hair follicles in one session. Reason being, because the hair which are in their growth stage, they are targeted, best targeted, and rest are not targeted, which is not in our hands, due to because they are in another stage, they are not in growth stage, they are maybe in shedding, maybe in resting. So that is why multiple sessions are required. So if you create an average, 10 to 15% are present at any given interval point of time, so only that much hair are reduced. So that is why we are able to damage the hair follicles, but only a 10 to 15 percentage in every session. So that is why 6 to 8 sessions are required.
I think, Dr. Nayantara, that's a very interesting way that you have explained. I'm sure Nehu's doubts are cleared and her question is answered. So let's just take one more question and then we can just end it up. So Muskan is asking, okay, that's also a great one. So she's asking, do I have to do anything between treatment? Anything? I think by anything she means, can she also switch to any other like hair reduction method in between two laser sessions? Dr. Afrin will help us answer this out.
Hi Muskan. See, the thing which you're asking, when you started with the laser service, in between the laser service, we'll just have to shape. The reason behind, as I was telling previously, also, we are targeting the follicles, we are targeting the roots. We need the roots to be there. If you are removing the roots like waxing, threading, epilating, anything in which in simple form you are just removing the roots out of the follicles, so there is no root which will be damaged, so there won't be a damage of the follicle too. So we need to preserve the root and the follicle. That is why in that case you can just shave it off, or you can trim it off, or you can just cut it off, whatever is a convenient method. But shaving is one of the convenient method, because in the shaving we're just cutting off the hairs from the above, the roots are still intact. So in between the session, the simple answer would be up shave color. Just preserve the roots by any mean. Preservation of the roots are necessary. In short.
I think that's actually great. I thought maybe, you cannot do anything, even if, one or two hair comes back after the laser hair session. But that's interesting, that we can at least use razor and get rid of one or two hairs if you're bothered by that. So I think we have had a very interesting discussion today. So Dr. Nayantara, Dr. Afreen, thank you so much for joining the session today and helping us answer the questions and clearing out audience's doubts. You've enlightened us with such great knowledge, I think, which will be extremely beneficial to everyone who is considering laser hair reduction or who, at least had doubts regarding it. Thank you so much, doctors. Thank you so much, audience, for joining the session today. We will see you exactly after 2 weeks on a Friday, and then we can have more such discussions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shubhangi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining.